job anywhere in the state of Alabama. Call 205-648-3117.
Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here. Brett and Faith with you for your lunch hour. And Faith, we couldn't pick a better place to be. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. And, man, this platter they just put out here in front of us just a minute ago. And, I mean,
we've already destroyed some of it.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
It's
destroyed. I mean, we took pictures before we dug into this thing. We had about 35 minutes, and you said, well, what do we need to do? I said, well, of course, dig in. And but we did leave some for the camera. We're going to show everybody what kind of great food that we get served every time we come to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. And it's always grilling season, even though it's 25 degrees outside at night. I'm going to be taking some stuff back tonight to grill. You can't leave Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine without going back here and visiting Jeff. The steaks, the ribs, the tiger tails, the Conecuh burgers. I can just keep going, the pork chops.
Oh, my gosh. My parents are coming in here after, and they're about to get so much stuff because
You're smiling.
I'm going over there to eat. I'll tell you that right now.
You love it when the parents come into town because it means you're going to be eating well. And anytime you come to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, you're going to get great stuff. We're going to be talking about their wine selection, everything that you can get. I mean, they've got the seasonings out here. You can't go wrong, but let them take care of this stuff for you. They'll cook it up for you. You can just come get it and take it to go. And that way, if you're hosting people, that way you know it's going to be good, and you're not going to screw it up when you cook it. So
they can make it easy on you, and they can help you, and every single thing. You walk in here, and all of them know exactly what you need when you ask about a certain something.
Right, and Jeff's he's an expert, but glad to be back here in Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine in Auburn on East Glen. Come check them out. Our program brought to you every single day by Russell Dewitt Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensa Green. For air that's cool and clean, call on Sensa Green. Hopefully Wade will be with us a little bit later on. And the man with the plan just walked in the door here, Coach Kleinard. We'll have him on next, Faith, and looking forward to having Coach Kleinard with us here on the show, men's golf coach, number 2 ranked men's golf team, defending national champ. So it's always good to have the defending national champ coach here in on the show with us. You had a chance to catch up with Coach Pruitt just a little bit ago. We're going to be talking about this Auburn-Georgia matchup tomorrow here at 3 o'clock. Coach Pruitt had practice right now, so that's why he came to Pepper Tree to be on the show with us. We had to tape the segment, so everybody will have to just stay tuned. We'll be showing that on YouTube and our social media and all that kind of stuff. But so generous for Coach Pruitt to come out and spend some time with us, and we didn't have to twist his arm either. He got about 3 or 4 really nice plates of food from Tina over here, and she sent it back, and Coach Pearl's already sent a picture back with him holding the food. So I don't know if they scarfed that down before practice or what they're doing, but they were excited that Coach Pruitt came to Pepper Tree.
Oh, yeah. It was steaming when he and I were talking, and I was having a hard time actually listening to him because the steam was coming up, and I was starting to drool. But yeah, it was great. Everyone needs to go listen to that.
Yeah, we brought the towels out and kind of cleaned all that up.
Hey,
so
it's all right.
But yeah, you and Coach Pruitt, that was kind of torturous when they brought that out when y'all were doing the interview. But y'all survived, and then you got a chance to eat a lot of it, and then he's eating back at the complex. But we'll start there. Faith, Auburn here at home against the Georgia Bulldogs, a team they've already played. Won that game by 2 earlier in the year. Really had to have a monumental effort from Todd Pettiford to win that game. Todd had 24 points in that game. Needed all of those points, and you got to remember, we didn't have Janai Broome in that little stretch there for about a week and a half. And Auburn was able to navigate that stretch and take care of business. But you and I on the podcast this morning talked about this is an eerie matchup similar to the Arkansas matchup. Both teams are dead even in points allowed. I think 68.1, 68.2. Auburn does score about 10 more points a game on average than Georgia, but so did Auburn against Arkansas, and we just saw how that matchup played out. So, again, like Coach Pruitt just told you, you gotta bring your A game every time you come out. It doesn't matter who it is that you're playing.
Yeah, it's going to be a big defensive game, and we're going to really need to be able to make some of those shots that we haven't been able to make, and just hold them to on defense. And they got Asa Newell, who we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Coach Pearl wanted him, and he decided to stay in Georgia and go to Georgia. But he's a good freshman, and he can shoot the ball, and he's one of their best players right now. Well,
yeah, I think, if you look at Tahad Pettiford, you look at Asa Newell, you got some really tremendous freshmen in the league this year, and he's their guy. I mean, and I think Coach White's done a great job of trying to rebuild Georgia, kind of bring them from underneath and being at the bottom of the conference. But, again, you know what you're gonna be dealt. And I want to go back and talk about Arkansas just a little bit, Faith. It was one of those rock fight games. We say that all the time. But Arkansas came in here with, look, this could make our season. This could be the game that gets us over the hump if we're on the bubble to get us in the NCAA tournament. And I think, and I was on Gary Harris's show this morning in Tuscaloosa, and it's like I told him, I think Arkansas on the way back to Fayetteville really, they were kicking themselves, Faith. They had a legit chance to come into Auburn and get out of here with a win. Auburn was not shooting the ball well, but thank goodness they weren't either. And Big Z didn't score a point. He'd been averaging 15, 18 points a game, and he didn't score anything. And they had some wide-open looks, and they missed them. So we dodged a bullet, and they missed a golden opportunity to come into Neville Arena and still a win.
If Georgia comes into that team that just played against Arkansas, they're going to go home with a win. And that is the last thing we need. And it'll be their first win in 3 games. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. And obviously we're not. We're on a winning streak.
We don't want to be on a losing streak. We want to stay away from the L.
Yeah, they did have this week off. Georgia did. So they had time to prepare and watch us against Arkansas and see that we had that kind of game on Wednesday.
Well, I think we've talked about this ad nauseum over the season. Auburn's been able to win games in different ways, and I think that's when you look at, a team in a championship kind of team. Auburn was able to win a game 67-60, but the Saturday before they were able to go on the road and score 94 against Alabama. So look at this game from a box score standpoint against Arkansas. Janai Broome just does what Janai Broome does, 16 points, 13 rebounds. You look up and, it kind of feels like he's had a maligned game, and then he's got 17, 18 points, and he's got another double-double. And I don't know how many that is now. I had that note off to the side, and I can't find it, but he's got a boatload of double-doubles here at Auburn. And, you look at the Chaney Johnson and Chad Baker-Mazar, and then it's a complete opposite of what you got when you were at Alabama. The guards combined at Alabama for 44 points. They only combined for 20 points against Arkansas. So it's a up and down. You don't know who is going to be the guy from night in and night out, and it could be multiple guys. Janai's kind of the constant. He's kind of the X factor that's the consistent player. You know what you're going to get, but it could be Chaney going for 21. It could be Tahad going for 24. It could be Miles for 18. It could be Denver's shown that he can score 2 and then he can score 20. So that's when you know you got a championship caliber team, Faith, is you can just go up and down the roster and you don't know who it's going to be from night to night. Just
depth in the roster, too. I mean, you've got guys off the bench, and against Arkansas, we only had 8 guys go out there and play, which normally it's more than that.
Right.
But, just up and down the roster, we've got depth everywhere, and everyone's proven that they're able to actually get out there and do what they need to do to get that win.
Coach Pearl really preached that in the offseason, talking about the depth and building depth and the seniority on this team. Having 10 seniors, it's really uncommon in this day and age to have that many seniors. Really unheard of. And then you You couple that with the freshman that he was able to bring in. I know Ja'Kai Howard's kind of been a up-and-down guy, but Tahad Pettiford has lived up to billing, and he's been so unselfish. You know, he's the first guy off the bench. He knows that he could probably be starting for most teams out there, but he knows what his role is this year with some guys that are a little bit more veteran in front of him, and he accepts that, Faith, and he gets on the floor and he performs, and most of this team is that way. They're unselfish. Chaney Johnson, he just, when his number's called, he does what he needs to do, and that's what makes up a championship pedigree. But you look at our guard play. We're physical. The defense travels. We talk about that all the time. We kind of hit a lull there where we weren't playing as good a defense with Florida and Vanderbilt maybe, but we picked it up a notch again with Alabama, and then we maybe take a little bit of a step back against Arkansas. But I expect tomorrow you'll see a rejuvenated Auburn team in Neville Arena. Yeah, no doubt. And going back to kind of what you said about Tahad and him being a freshman, when I was just talking to Coach Pruitt, he was telling me about how, you don't really have that many guys that come in anymore as freshmen. Right. That's just with the transfer portal and the NIL world, that's just kind of – that's not really happening as much anymore. Right. But with Tahad, him coming in and him being a true freshman and performing the way that he's been able to so far so early on, it is remarkable to see what more he can do. Absolutely. Just being a freshman, he hasn't hit his ceiling at all. No shot. And so, being able to watch him and him develop over the course of this season, but it's been great to watch him. It has. All right, we're at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine here on East Glen and Auburn on location Auburn Blitz. We're just getting started. Stay tuned. More to come your way right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Discover great deals on Kawasaki motorcycles, watercraft, side-by-sides, and more. Save big on championship-proving KX motorcycles. Get a great deal on iconic Kawasaki jet ski personal watercraft, or take advantage of big adventure for less with savings on our rugged Terex side-by-sides. There's no better time to save on our exciting lineup of Kawasaki vehicles. Visit Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard today, or see all the Kawasaki products at adamsmotorsports.com, where your pleasure is our business.
Here we go again, hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to $14,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here on location today in Auburn at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Come out to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Don't take our word for it. Coach Kleiner and I trying not to drool on the platter here with all the sausage and tiger tails and the steak and the ribs. Coach, it looks great, doesn't it?
It does. Fabulous. I don't know how you're doing it.
It's just been torture for sure, man.
I don't know if I want to talk. That's really eat.
Well, I don't know if people might like watching us eat. I probably wouldn't get a lot of rating. Coach, thanks so much for being out here. We really appreciate you always taking time to join us on the show, whether it be by phone or to come join us where we are on location. And, man, you guys are just on a heater right now, just doing really well. Going back to last year, you're defending national champs, but I know you cherish the moment, but then you have to flip the page, and then now we already are back to a new season. But just want to give you an opportunity to kind of go back and talk about last year and what a special year.
Yeah, absolutely. War Eagle, thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. This is a great place, by the way. I mean, it's fabulous.
Outstanding.
Food and everything is great. But looking back on last year, I mean, obviously it was a great year, and we had a lot of great players. We had great connectivity too. We had great culture in that locker room, and the guys really played hard for the brand. They played for AU. They played for each other, and they played for their families. And we just had a lot of, we won 10 tournaments. We played in 13 and won 10.
Unbelievable.
Arguably probably the best college golf team in the history of the game. And you kind of pinch yourself, but like in our business as coaches, it never stops. I mean, you enjoy it for a little bit, but you're right back in the recruiting and the recruiting grind and trying to get to know these young kids that you're recruiting, and then you're dealing with the team, and then new season starts, and then you're right back at it. You're right back competing, and you're trying to win another championship and trying to get back to that same feeling and that same moment. And it's hard to do that.
Well, I wanted to ask you that, and I think I did last time, but you have to force yourself to stop and appreciate what you did. Like you said, won 10 of 13 tournaments. Had never really ever been done before. I think, like you said, it's the best season ever in the history of college golf. You need to stop and smell the roses a little bit. And I know as coaches, like you said, you can't just sit there and relish in the moment too long, because you'll get behind. And somebody's always trying to get one up on you. And but I know that your players and you did take the time when you got back and saw the fans show up to Toomer's Corner and had the celebration there at Toomer's Corner. Man, what an awesome turnout.
That was unbelievable. We had a couple of thousand people. I mean, it gave me goosebumps. I think some of the guys were like, man, they care about golf, But the Auburn family, they're special. And it's hard to explain to people that don't know. But the Auburn family showed out, and they supported us, and we can't be more grateful.
I know you know this as well as I do. Auburn has the best fans in the world.
It's unbelievable.
They support thick and thin, win, lose, whatever. They will support the teams, and then of course the turnout, like you said, it was an unbelievable crowd. And so I know you flipped the page, and let's talk about where you guys are right now. You're ranked number 2 in the country. Already played in a tournament, went out to Hawaii, finished 4th in that tournament. Had some guys that played really well. Very competitive tournament. Kind of just give everybody a recap about that.
Yeah, well, we played 5 in the fall, and then we played our first event in the spring in Hawaii in the Big Island, and we played some pretty good golf. We shot 53 under.
Absolutely.
Finished 4th. So the golf course wasn't overly difficult, but we got some great players. And it's just that right now it's about trying to figure out who our 5 best guys are. who are our 5 best players. So when it comes down for the postseason, that we have those guys clicking and ready to go. But it was a good week. We played 6 guys there. Our individual that we did not play in the lineup finished 13th in the tournament.
I got that, Billy.
Yeah, Billy. If we played him in the lineup, we'd have won. But that's, you can blame the coaches for that. But that's part of it, that's
right.
part of.
Well, that means you've got so many great players.
We do.
You don't know who to put out there.
We got 4 guys in the top 30 in the world. And then Billy's a freshman. I think he's ranked 100th in the world in amateur golf. And we have a lot of depth. I mean, you look at guys like Caden Pope and, Reed Lauder and some of the guys, right there in the mix, too, to get in that top 5. And they're special players, too, and they work hard. And I like our team. And I like where we're at as long as we can stay healthy.
Carson had the best finish out there.
Yeah.
Finished third. Was 18 under.
His game looks good right now too. He's ranked 22nd in PGA Tour U. He's ranked 30th in the world. And I think if he keeps playing well, he's got a chance to make Walker Cup too.
Ryan and Jackson both right behind him at 15 and 14. Talk about them a little bit.
And Ryan Eshelman. He's played the best golf of his career this time of year, right now. And I'm just so proud of him. He's a 5th-year senior. And for what he's done and what his leadership, too, as one of the team captains and what he brings to the table every day. And, Jackson Coyven, obviously, he's the number 2 ranked amateur in the world. And, he's the reigning Heisman Trophy, basically, for golf.
Right.
He won that last year. And he won't be with us in Las Vegas. And we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
He's actually going to be playing in Arnold Palmer's tournament at Bay Hill. PGA Tour event. So he's going to move up a little bit for us.
I wanted to focus on Jackson for just a second.
Yeah.
Having the year he had last year, and obviously he's handled it really well.
Yeah.
And you go out, and there's a lot of, there's already pressure in golf. But now you have that on your back. And how's he handled that part of the game, Coach?
I think he's matured a lot as a person, not just as a golfer. I mean, his golf IQ has always been high. But, I think he's learning how to deal with expectations.
Right.
Expectations, a lot of it's just outside noise. Because it's, we talk about the controllable stuff that he can control, his preparation, his work ethic, his mindset. But listen to all the other stuff, that influence and things. It just got to tune it out. And it's not easy.
It is not easy.
But he knows if you want to be the best in the world, or you want to be a PGA Tour player and win major championships, that comes with it.
Right.
So he's understanding that, and he's really trying to stick to his foundations and stick to his standards and trying to be the best version of him.
Coach, a couple things before I let you go. You got to head out to Las Vegas here. March the 2nd is when the tournament starts. Talk about that tournament.
It's a great tournament. I love Las Vegas. It's a fun trip out there. We'll get in a few days early, get used to desert golf, how far the ball's flying, because it's a little bit different air-wise.
Right.
But it's a great event. We stay right there on the Strip. The kids love it. We have a great time. We finished 2nd there last year. Oklahoma clipped us. It's a great field. It's one of the best fields we'll see in college golf all year.
Right.
So it's a special event, great golf course. And
what course is it?
It's Southern Highlands Country Club.
Okay.
And UNLV is obviously the host, and I just can't be thankful enough for the opportunity to play.
You guys have traveled to some unbelievable spots so far.
We're lucky. We're very blessed. We got great leadership at our university and in our athletic department, and they support us, and hopefully we can keep winning championships for them as well.
Well, Coach, we always appreciate you coming out. And was going to ask you about the TGL, but that'll be for next time.
Okay.
So that was an interesting deal, and I want to get your thoughts on that down the line. But we'll be having you back on throughout the season. So
perfect.
The first of many. Coach, thank you so much.
Appreciate you. War Eagle.
Always a great job. Nick Kleiner, the head golf coach here at Auburn University. Tremendous program here in Auburn. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Senza Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event. Welcome back to the Auburn Blitz here at Peppertree Steaks and Wine, on location in Auburn, Alabama. You don't ever know what you're going to get around here.
Hey, you have no idea.
You just never know what you're going to get.
Especially with
some
you.
flying chapstick coming across the table, but that's okay. Your parents are here now, so
yep.
I know you're excited about that. Glad to have them. What a full house here at Peppertree.
It is.
We're glad.
It is crowded in here.
Yeah, and we would like to think it's because of us. But then you open the door and you smell the food and you go, well, it probably isn't. It's probably.
I think it's the good food that's still sitting right in front of us.
Yeah, well, I'm going to attempt to lift this up later.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
now.
not do it right now.
You can do it with Mr. Cincy Green.
Okay, I'll let Wade.
The strong man.
Well, no, I have faith in you to lift this up, but if it's going to fall apart, we'd just rather do it in the last segment, right?
There you go.
It's too pretty to mess up. But anyway, come out to Peppertree Steaks and Wine. Again, can't thank them enough for having us here. Man, Coach Kleiner, what a class act.
Oh, my gosh. He's awesome, and he's so well-spoken and just such a great – it's all of the Auburn coaches, I feel like. Coach Pruitt, having him on earlier,
right.
Talking to him, and now it's just
kind
Auburn
of give a preview. We don't have Coach Pruitt on live today because they are practicing. We do have a game tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So everybody's going to be seeing your interview with Coach Pruitt a little bit later on YouTube and Facebook, so make sure you tune that in. We'll send that out. But, Faith, tell everybody a little bit about what you and Coach Pruitt talked about. I thought it was a great interview. It wasn't just about basketball. And you talked a lot about what's going on in his life right now and with his wife and what she's got going on. And then he's a new granddaddy.
Yeah, new granddaddy. So, yeah, I mean, I got to talk to him a little bit about kind of everything that goes from he's been here for 11 years now.
Right.
And kind of his different positions that he's been in for Auburn and now and how he's really involved in the fundraising. And a lot of actually golf classics for fundraising. So him and Coach Kleinert.
How's his golf game? Did you ask him?
I was going to ask him, but okay. I didn't get to it. But yeah, I mean, he's just a great quality guy too. Who his wife is really involved in spreading the good Lord's faith and everything like that. And so we got to talk about that and how that all started in Neville Arena, and that wouldn't have been able to happen if it weren't for him being able to, kind of have it set there. So, yeah, he's awesome, and we had a really great conversation. So everybody should definitely go check that out because that'll be just a kind of insight on him and his life.
I thought it was a great interview. I thought you did a good job with Coach Pruitt. He's also always willing to come out and be part of our program. And, Coach Pearl been on our show. We've had Coach Thompson. It's about time to have him. And looking forward to having the Malveaux on with us. I mean, they're off to a, no pun intended, rocketed start. They're in the Rocket Classic this weekend. Yep. We'll talk a little bit about softball later on. They're 11-0. Man, they couldn't have hit the ground running any better. Coach Thompson has Auburn in the top 25 again. They are back home with Wright State this weekend starting today. And so a lot of great things going on. You and I talked about it on the podcast this morning. Mm-hmm. Auburn right now, track and field, tennis. I mean, tennis only one match they've lost, and it was to number 1 Georgia.
Yep.
And they've beaten a ton of ranked teams. And just right now, if we can get football to join the party, man, we're going to be excited around here. And I think Coach Freeze and his staff, they're working tremendously hard.
Their recruiting numbers are
they're
up,
recruiting.
So.
I mean, you can't knock them for what they've done in the recruiting.
That's just current right now. So
right.
So we're going to say all the current numbers for Auburn is we're all up. So
we're all up. So
once football season comes around, then we'll have to see what other things are in season and how that's going. So we'll focus on the now.
We will. We'll focus on the now, and everybody's doing well. And obviously, men's basketball right now, number 1 in the country for 6 consecutive weeks. And they win tomorrow against Georgia. It'll be 7 weeks because they'll carry the number 1 ranking in to the following week. And let's talk about the standings, Faith, here. This is a grueling league. Coach Pruitt and I talked about it kind of off the air. But, I mean, you can't take anybody for granted. There's not a game where you can even think about maybe not playing your best effort and trying to get away with a win, although Auburn has been able to win a few games this year, not playing their best. If we had South Carolina coming in here tomorrow, you can't take that for granted because they've got good enough players, and anybody can hit a heater. We've seen it in basketball. And you're not playing well, they can beat you.
We almost lost to them. We won by 3.
I know.
We played them early in the season.
Well, their resolve was a little bit different back then. Florida almost lost to them.
Yeah.
They've kind of melded in a little bit now. They're 0-13. I know they'd love to get a win, but I thought their best chance at a win was the other night against LSU, and LSU just kind of laid it to them. So let's look at it. Obviously, Auburn at top at 12-1, and then you have Florida and Alabama at 10-3, 2 games back. But Florida has the head-to-head against us. You know, if this thing were to come down to a tie, technically Florida would win if things held serve, they would win the SEC regular season. Now, in record, you'd share it, but they would have the tiebreaker over us. Texas A&M and Missouri at 9-4, and what a massive win that was for Missouri the other night. I don't think anybody could have beat Missouri. Alabama scored 98 points and still got beat like a drum. So it's just one of those nights where Missouri, everything they shot fell. They did a really good job on the boards. if you thought Mark Sears would have gone for 36 points and lost, would you have taken that?
No.
Nobody's taking that.
No.
So, but he had 36, and they lose because Missouri had 3 guys, one in the 30s and 2 in the high 20s. So they played extremely well. I'm glad we played them first game of the year at Auburn.
Yep.
And got them out of the way. Very physical, very dominant on the glass, and a very good shooting team from outside. And we got to go to our next break here, Faith. But real quick, Tennessee and Ole Miss at 8-5. And then you got Kentucky and Mississippi State at 7-6, and then everybody from that point on has a losing record in SEC play. Still a grueling conference, and big game tomorrow. You'll be back with me here in just a minute. We're going to get Wade to step in and talk a little bit here in the next segment. So everybody stay tuned. More to come right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here on location at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine on East Glen in Auburn. Come check them out, man. The food is outstanding. One of our great partners here on the show, and we really appreciate Kathy and Tina and Kim and Paul and the whole staff and Jeff back here working and cooking this great food. We can't think of a better place to be. And we do want to thank Russell Dewitt Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensa Green. And speaking of Sensa Green, here is Mr. Green himself, Mr. Sensa Green, Wade Bennett. Wade, good to hear and see you, man. Always good to have you here with us.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. And Sensa Green, proud partner of the Auburn Blitz. Proud partner with all these other wonderful partners here. The show continues to grow, and we're getting a tremendous response from partnering up with you guys. And folks, just make sure you pay attention to our Facebook page coming up. We always have a lot of good giveaways, but March and April is going to be massive discounts. We're going to call it Dollar Days. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. Get on Facebook. For air that's cool and clean, call Sensa Green.
Wade, you and I will be at the game together tomorrow. Yep. Looking forward to the matchup at 3 o'clock. I want to take
I've never watched a game with the blowtorch in person.
Well, you're in for an experience. So my wife's probably going, "What in the world are you thinking?" But no, it's going to be a good time. Hopefully, I don't have to get too upset. If we don't have Pat Adams calling the game, I think we'll be all right. When I saw that the other day, by the way, and I told everybody when we were watching it, the Alabama game, I said, just get ready, man. Just get ready for the hose. And it didn't take long to come out either.
It always gets a little weird with him for some reason. And for the most part, I thought the officiating in that game was pretty good.
Yeah.
I had one big problem, well, actually two, when CBM was basically bulldogged into the stands the second time and was holding on for dear life, and they didn't call a foul on Youngblood there, and then came up with a foul as a flagrant, which I did not feel like that he was trying to slap anyone there and was just trying not to hold on to get hurt. And then on a subsequent play a little bit later when Tahad Pettiford went high off the glass, an amazing shot, totally fouled, and they called a foul, which was a foul on Dylan for pushing. But where was the foul on Pettiford there? I mean, he got thrown down to the ground.
Well, I thought they called it.
No.
Well, I thought they called that, and then they called the push on Dylan, and they counted the basket, and then they went down to the other end to shoot, but they did not call.
I don't think so because Pettiford was in a shooting motion. So
he got killed.
He would have he would have gone to the free throw line.
Well, I thought that, but then the foul on Dylan, I thought canceled that out.
Oh, they negate those?
I thought that one overtook that, and they went down to the other end to shoot, but I may have been wrong. I mean, but anyway, the bottom line, it was a trash call. I mean, it was a trash call, and when you look at the free throws thing, Alabama shot 35, Auburn shot 32, so it evened out.
Oh, it really wasn't, though, statistically.
I know that. A lot of those were later in the game when they were fouling, but you look at some of the calls, like Coach Pruitt was just here.
Sure.
I mean, the beer on the floor should have been a technical foul.
Should have been.
It shouldn't have been a warning. I mean, when you hurl something out of the stands and it explodes in front of the bench, and again, it's like he said, you come in there and clean it up, but there's still crap on the floor. I mean, somebody could get hurt.
It was a bad day for our Alabama brethren. I mean, they tried everything. You had the chance to start the game, and then you had the old girl go Karen Mania on everybody, and then you had somebody throw a beer can on. And I mean, when your coach has to get on the loudspeaker and say, "Y'all behave," I think Houston, we have a problem. Just saying.
Well, I mean, I want to go back to the last two trips to Tuscaloosa. We've allowed them to get in our head and get us out of our game. 2 years ago, it was the Javon Quinterly junk. Last year it was is it Wagyu? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
This transferred out now. I think he's at Oklahoma.
The hand stomper.
The hand stomper. Yeah. Then that kind of spiraled things out of control. But Auburn was able to. They were able to refrain from kind of letting that dictate how that game impacted them. And the last 2 years they didn't. They let that creep in, and it affected the outcome of the game. So I was more impressed. But the beer on the floor, the technical stuff.
Come on, guys.
It was
grow up a little bit.
Well, let me see. It was who was it that wrote the article? The former Alabama football player.
It was Kerry Good.
Kerry Good from up North Alabama. And look, man, and look, let's be honest. Back in the 80s and 70s, and even none of us really Auburn fans like Paul Bryant, but Coach Bryant did have a standard that you had to be a certain way as a player and carry yourself to represent the university, or you didn't play. And the same went for Suge Jordan and Pat Dye and all that. They would not have stood for those types of chants and that kind of stuff. It's always been a heated rivalry, but they would not have stood for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, one thing that I thought was very encouraging was after the game, you saw the response from Auburn players and their love towards Aiden Holloway, a former brother, as they described him.
Right.
No hard feelings. Hey, Brett, that's good enough for me. I'm going to let it go, and I encourage all Auburn fans to let that go as well.
Let it roll, man.
There's a place and time for good old-fashioned cheering and home court advantage and intimidation. Don't think for a second that Nick Saban didn't approve of intimidation by the crowd and the noise, and Bryant Denny are down in the bayou at Tiger Stadium and Pat Dye at Auburn. You get it, but for the most part, I think people need to understand that these players, it's really not as personal as it is for the fans. So just follow their cue and cheer for your team and show a little class, and that goes for everybody.
I can't agree more. Wade, before we let you go, Janai Broome and Cooper Flagg in a two-man race for Player of the Year. I mean, when you look at Janai's stats and the competition he's played, I think maybe, there's some stat categories that Cooper Flagg leads Janai and vice versa. Janai leads him in a couple, but 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 2.6 blocks a game. Just his numbers are tremendous based on the competition they played. Not taking anything away from Cooper Flagg. I mean, he's a phenomenal player, but just the numbers aren't quite to where they need to be.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Against the competition, let me say.
Listen, I don't know when they'll announce that award. There's a lot of data left to collect. So I think if Auburn makes a deep run and Broome continues to do what he does, I think he'll outlast Flagg, and he should, as Player of the Year.
Wade, appreciate you coming on, brother.
Thanks
we'll see you tomorrow, man.
War Eagle.
Sense of Green for air that's cool and clean. We'll take our final break here on the show. Stay tuned. One more segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sense of Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense of Green.
Turn to the experts at Sense of Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit senseofgreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sense of Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment of the show here today. Been an outstanding show. Glad to have Coach Pruitt come out with us. He was not on live, obviously, but Faith over here interviewed Coach Pruitt before we got started, so we're going to be pushing that interview out here a little bit later on today. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll be sending it out on YouTube and Facebook and all of our social media, Instagram, Twitter,
everything.
What else can you come up with? So anyway, Coach Pruitt did a great job with you, Faith, and glad he was able to come out. They had practice today. It started around 12:10, 12:15, so he had to get on back. Took him a load of great food with him on the way out of Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, so just like we are. So now this is the perfect time for us to lift this up as, I guess – so nothing rolls
gracefully as
one of the tiger tails is trying to run off. But look at this. Now, again, you see I have steak left over here.
Are you really outing me?
No, I'm not. I'm just looking for yours over there. So, no, here's yours. That's right. Only a few pieces gone, but look, ribs, tiger tail, sausage. It's good, isn't it?
And I can still go and eat more. Okay, it's that good.
It's rolling. So anyway, outstanding food. You cannot go wrong here at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. The pork chops, then they got tuna steak. Did you say those tuna steaks over there?
Yeah.
If you like tuna, yellowfin tuna, phenomenal. Just can't go wrong. And so come to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine and pick up your dinner tonight or anytime during the week. And they've got the casseroles over here in the freezer. All you got to do is pop them in the oven, warm them up. And
there were a bunch of people eating in here when it got really busy. And
packed in here.
Their food smelled so good,
so good. So great. And then look at this wine selection. It's got to be the top wine selection here in the city of Auburn. Also in Montgomery, obviously I tagged the wrong store this morning. So since I'm outing you, I'm going to out myself, all right?
There we go.
So I tagged, they come up to me and Kim was like, hey, can you tag our store? You tagged the run in Montgomery. So, hey, but they're still the same. Kathy is still the owner of both. And so glad to just have Peppertree as part of what we do. Glad to have Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, and J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation and Sensagreen. Glad to have Coach Kleiner. Just had Wade on with Sensagreen. He's a regular with us on Fridays. A lot of you know him as Uncle T-Bone out there. He is the new Mr. Green now with Sensagreen. He is the man. So if you need heating and air work, call on Sensagreen. They're saving you thousands of dollars on new units now. So, and this weather will put your unit to the test. 20 one day, 80 the next. You don't know whether to have the heat or the air on. So anyway, to close this show out, Faith, Auburn and Georgia, we got about 5 minutes here. Auburn and Georgia, you and I talked about it on the podcast this morning in pretty good detail, but very similar defensive teams. Auburn's already played this team. We know what Asa Newell is. We know what they can do. They aren't the offensive team that we are, but we saw Arkansas come in here a few nights ago and have a lead late in that game, and we were able to respond and get out with a win. We don't want a repeat of that. We don't want to allow Georgia to keep hanging around. We want to try to put them away as soon as we possibly can. So, but it'll be a tough game. Let's just be honest about it. When you look at Georgia, this is another game that's similar to what Arkansas had, coming in thinking that, hey, look, if we come into Auburn and get a win against the number one team in the country, this could make us get over the hump on the bubble if we're on the bubble and get in the NCAA tournament. That's how important this win could be for them.
Yeah, no doubt. They're going to be coming in here, like I've been saying, they've had the whole week off, so they're coming in here ready, prepared, rested. We're
17.5-point favorites.
Yeah, we're coming in from a turnaround.
Let's not go back down that path. If you tuned the podcast in this morning, that was not the best gambling segment that's ever been done. So, but anyway, you found out about how to tease a line.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Somebody needs to.
You're not gonna take the 17.
Right, I still don't know how to bet.
Let's just not go there. We don't have enough time to.
Betting's illegal too, right?
I mean, I guess depending on where you are. Not illegal in Vegas. So
Vegas always wins.
Vegas wins. They've been winning for a long time. It's, somebody said, what, you're going to win so much you're going to get tired of winning? I think the president said that. He said, you're just going to win so daggum much you can get tired of winning. But anyway, maybe I think Faith is a closet bookie. I think she's just kind of acting like she don't know, and then she's throwing all this out here.
A hustler?
Yeah, a hustler.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hustle it up. All right, let's talk about Georgia real quick. Do you remember what you predicted?
84. 74-73.
Yep.
84-73.
And I was 79-64, I believe. So I'm saying that Auburn shuts them down defensively tomorrow. I mean,
hey, I'm just saying there's going to be some points scored tomorrow.
There will be. I hope it's on Auburn's side.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Hey, real quick, Auburn baseball today against Wright State, 3-game series. Go out and check them out. Again, Auburn off to a 4-1 start. Won that first series in a couple of midweek wins against North Alabama and Troy. Troy, very good baseball team, ranked in the top 25. And then softball will be taking on La Tech today in that first game. They'll be playing all weekend up in Madison at the home of the Trash Pandas. So they had snow on the ground just a couple days ago, by the way, up there. So it is cold. If you're going to watch the Tigers up in Huntsville, make sure you dress warmly. Same for Auburn in baseball tonight. When that sun starts going down, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, no doubt. But you got to go check out the new construction part or the new part that they just put in.
Out on the green monster and then down the right field line. And if you haven't been out to Plainsman Park, it's a new experience.
15,300 people
huge.
Now can fit out there. So
it's a game changer.
Oh yeah.
Different venue, beautiful park. It's always been a gorgeous place to go watch baseball, but now more people can get in to watch Auburn play. So, all right, Faith, as we close out here, we got some people coming in, getting some of this great food here at Peppertree Steaks and Wine. Yeah, they're looking at the platter. It's pretty doggone good, guys. You can't go wrong with anything on this platter for sure. So I don't think this is going to last very long.
I don't
when
think
we get
so
done.
either.
So But getting ready to wrap it up here, I want to thank Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine for letting Faith and I come out. Again, thanks to Coach Kleinert, Coach Pruitt, Wade for coming out. Your mom and dad's good to see them, and everybody that came out to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Make sure you come out and join them each and every week. For Faith, I'm Brett saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you next week for more Auburn Blitz.
War Eagle.
Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham.